Hello my loves and welcome to the Perfume Realm. My name is Manahil and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 10 best cuddling fragrances. But before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you're interested in joining the realm, I highly suggest clicking the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything that is happening here. When you guys subscribe to my channel, you are supporting me and you are helping me grow, and I truly appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Now let's jump into the video. So I have my cozy blanket with me and I have my cuddling fragrances all lined up. This video is actually a tag video that was started by Anna Absolu. She is my girl. I met her in the beginning of my fragrance journey and we just clicked really well, and honestly I can say she is one of my closest friends now. I go to her with good news, bad news, the ugly news, everything. I'll call her late at night to confide in her. She's been there for me when I was sobbing. She's been there for my successes and to cheer me on. So thank you, Anna, for being an incredible friend. Your friendship really just proves that meeting people through the internet is a viable option. Like, making connections with people through the internet is very real. These friendships don't have to be fake just because they're done through social media. Just think of it as another platform to meet new people. You just have to be careful as you're sorting through them, but when you find someone who is truly a good person that you really jive with, then you found an amazing friend. Now, I am pretty sure that everyone who is watching me is familiar with Anna. She is definitely what I consider a prominent fragrance reviewer and YouTuber. But on the off chance that you have not run across Anna's channel, I would encourage you to pause the video, go down into the description box and click on the link. I promise you are going to fall in love with her and her content. She is just super genuine and I'm talking her up a lot. Usually when we talk to each other, we're talking more trash or we're really sarcastic. So she's gonna watch this and be like, I didn't even know you had these feelings for me. But yeah, Anna, you're my girl. So anyways, let's start with these 10 fragrances. I love cuddling fragrances because that just means cozy weather fragrances. All right, so the first fragrance I'm going to be sharing is Dolce & Gabbana The Only One. Now, this is a perfume for people who love very sweet gourmands, in the same vein as Black Opium, La Vie Belle. Now, this one also has a coffee note just like Black Opium, but I would say that I like the coffee note in this one better. I feel like the coffee note is a little bit more pronounced, maybe because the sugary quality in this one is a little bit more restrained in comparison to Black Opium. Now, this is not to say that this isn't a sweet fragrance, because this is one of those very popular full-on gourmand scents. So there's violet in here, there's pear in here, there's rose, there's caramel, there's patchouli. But what's really interesting about this scent is that there is a level of transparency to this. It's not a dense fragrance at all. If anything, it smells like a watery fragrance. I'm not saying it smells like it's watered down, but there's a watery, fluid, transparent quality to this that I actually really like, and that is particularly the reason that I decided to pick this one for this video. Because for me, when you are cuddling with someone, you don't want to come off as cloying because you're already basically smothering the person. The fragrance that you're wearing shouldn't become so overwhelming that, you know, that proximity becomes a problem. You don't want that problem. You don't want your little cuddle buddy to have to scoot away. You want to hold them close to you and you want them to be able to enjoy your scent, feel like it's a very nice, pleasant and cozy scent without being overwhelming. And I think Dolce & Gabbana The Only One is perfect for that. All right, next up we have a little bit more of a lively offering, and this one is Guimauve from Reminiscence. So I actually decided to put all 3 of the Reminiscence fragrances that I own in this video only because to be honest, as I was looking through my collection, they truly are the three that I could see myself wearing during a cuddle session. I don't know what to call it, but you know, I just feel like they really fit the bill quite nicely. So, you know, you're gonna see a couple other ones pop up after this one, but let's talk about Guimauve. Guimauve is my second favorite fragrance of all time. This is a beautiful fluffy vanilla scent. It opens up with this beautiful herbal, kind of fresh and sweet opening, and just really invigorating opening. And it is just completely like a fairy tale. It smells like a fairy tale. It smells like something a fairy tale princess would wear. And it is also something that I don't think is very cloying. This essentially, once it has dried down, turns into a beautiful fluffy vanilla with all these other attributes that make it really interesting but not overwhelming, with the nuances of lavender in there. There's neroli, there's orange blossom. This to me is like one of those pillows that are filled with little like I don't know, little foam balls, like little tiny foam balls, and they're just super squishy, those really squishy pillows. This is what I would scent one of those pillows as, and I don't think there's any other object that is better to cuddle than a pillow. So if you want to smell like a dreamy marshmallow pillow, then this is the one for you. Alright, so the next Reminiscence fragrance that I'm going to be sharing is Dragee, and this one is basically a sweet candied almond. There's a little bit of the nuttiness in it, but it's really more of that sweet almond aspect rather than the nutty aspect. This is very much the type of almond that they would pair in a cherry fragrance. So it is a very beautiful, smooth, soft, powdery scent, and again, I think that this is nice and light enough for you to wear when cuddling with someone, but still sweet enough and exciting enough for them to want to keep sniffing you, maybe sniffing your neck. I could definitely see this for like a movie night or something. Wearing this, it's really hard to go wrong. It's not an offensive fragrance whatsoever, but it's also not a very boring fragrance. So it's very straightforward, it's very linear, but it's still not like a boring typical fragrance that you would find on the shelves. And I do think that this one is lovely for cuddling as well. Okay, next up we have Heliotrope, and it is from their Les Notes Gourmandes line. This is the most beautiful heliotrope fragrance that I have ever come across, and this is me saying purely heliotrope, not a fragrance that uses heliotrope. This one, the heliotrope is front and center. That's why it is named Heliotrope, and it's that really nice, soft, natural smell of heliotrope that really sinks into your skin. It smells almost like your skin but better. This is very linear. I think that it lasts a very long time, but it stays extremely close to your skin, and I think there's nothing better than that for cuddling, because it's such a private and intimate scent that only you and the person you're cuddling with will be able to smell. And I feel like that just makes a really special moment, and that person will always associate you with that really nice soft smell. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be imprinted in this person's mind. If you are wearing this, they're gonna forever associate that scent with you, and honestly, you can't get away from the note of heliotrope. You're gonna run into it sooner or later. So whenever they do, whenever they even run into the note in general, not even just this perfume, but just the note, they're gonna think of you, because this sticks very true to heliotrope. And if you can pick out heliotrope in a fragrance, you definitely can, you know, relate it back to this scent as well. So one of my aims for this list was to create a really nice range of prices for you guys. So I had some that are very affordable, plenty of mid-range options, as well as some more higher end niche fragrances. The one that I'm about to share with you is actually the most affordable one on this list, and this is Choco Musk from Al Rahab. This scent is straight up Cocoa Puff powder. If you have ever had Cocoa Puff cereal before, you know what it smells like. It's a chocolatey cereal, and the powder, the dust in it, has a very particular smell. It's very sugary, has that chocolatey feel to it, also with a lot of vanillin in there as well. And that is what you get with this one. There is slightly a bit of a Play-Doh vibe, I'm not gonna lie, but I find this to be very pleasant. If you were to, you know, turn off your little snob switch and just smell it for what it is, it's very, very sweet, pleasant, and really hard not to like. I think this one is perfect for cuddling. In fact, this one is perfect for a binge night because it lasts a very, very long time. So you can go through all of the movies and seasons or whatever you want to get through, and you're still gonna smell as amazing as you did in the first episode. So this is definitely a scent that, you know, the person smelling you will love. It's comforting, it's familiar in a way, and just a really nice sweet vanilla chocolatey kind of a scent. So the next fragrance that I have is actually from Scents of Wood. This one is called Plum and Cognac. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not really familiar with alcohol because I don't drink it at all, but I think it's called cognac. It's spelled cognac, so I don't know how to work through that phonetically, but still. Anyways, this is so good. This is a little bit more of the mature end of this list, and by mature I mean, you know, I would say that it is a little bit more complex than the other fragrances that I showed you, but also it's a little bit dirtier and darker than the other offerings that I shared with you. Actually, a lot dirtier and darker. It is a beautiful plum, just a soaking, juicy plum that is just soaking in this boozy mixture, and then there's this beautiful woodiness that just surrounds this entire scent. It's just so well composed. I also smell a little bit of tobacco in here. I don't know if there's tobacco in here or if it's an accord that I'm picking up on, or I'm just, you know, misattributing one note for another, but I feel like I can pick up on tobacco as well, which also adds to that kind of darker, a little bit dirtier aspect. Now, this isn't animalic in my opinion. When I'm saying dirty, I'm just saying it's not as just light and pretty and airy as Guimauve is. This is a very nice, deep plum. I actually think that this is perfect for the fall and winter in general, but for cuddling, if you want to take the fragrance up one notch, you're not trying to, you know, play it safe, or, you know, the person that you are with does enjoy a little bit more of a deeper scent. This is not super duper heavy or cloying whatsoever. It's still, you know, something that won't become overwhelming or, you know, suffocate the person that you are with, but it does have a little bit more of a deepness and darkness to it. It's definitely more of a scent that presents itself, and it's not that much of a skin scent or anything like that. And another one that is very similar to this one, but I would say a little bit like that one is very heavy on the wood. At least to me, I get a very strong woodiness. This one is a little bit sweeter and a little bit spicier. It has cedar, plum, and vanilla. This one is called 401. This is from Bon Parfumeur, and I really do enjoy this one. I haven't worn it a lot because I've been wearing this one, but this is definitely a scent that I enjoy. It's actually one that I was very surprised that I enjoyed as much as I did. And again, I think it's a lovely one for cuddling. Both this one and the Scents of Wood fragrance that I showed you, I think are the best in the dry down. The opening is really nice and beautiful, but they are very, you know, boastful openings. They're not like shy openings whatsoever, but the dry down is truly the most cuddly aspect of this. To me, this one is very much a holiday perfume. There's a little bit more sparkle and razzle dazzle from the spices in here. There isn't a lot of spiciness that I pick up from the Scents of Wood fragrance. This one is a lot more just purely I feel like it's an oak. That's what I really think. Oak that has been soaked in cognac, and then of course the plum juice, just, you know, really, really deep, rich plum juice, but I don't get much of a spiciness. If anything, this has a little bit more of a smokiness to it. It has a little bit more of a huskiness to it, and I do get the tobacco in here. Alright, the next perfume that I'm going to share is Vanille Apricot, and this one is from Sud Pacifique. This is a very beautiful, smooth, soft, and a little bit creamy fragrance. To me, it smells like an apricot cream soda or an apricot cream float. I don't think that's an actual drink, but this is how I describe it every single time because that is what I get. That creaminess that you get from the ice cream that is melting in a float, plus the actual taste of the pop that is being mixed with the ice cream, which in this case would be apricot pop. That pop, the little fizziness from it, joined with the creaminess of the vanilla, is what I get in this. This is definitely a very soft scent. It is a skin scent very quickly, but definitely very cuddly, very cozy. It really wraps you up in this cocoon of soft sweetness. I just think that this is the perfect one to kind of, you know, spray on your neck a little bit. It's like the perfect fragrance when you're nuzzling someone. So instead of a cuddling fragrance, this one could be a nuzzling fragrance. All right, so next one is a niche fragrance. This one is Ylang, and this one is from Martin Micallef. This is one of my first ever niche fragrances. So this one has been in my collection for some time now, and I really adore this one. It is a beautiful, intimate, romantic almost scent, and I think it is also perfect for cuddling, maybe a little bit more of an upscale kind of cuddling, maybe something that you would bring to a nice, you know, vacation or something like that, honeymoon, you know, what have you. I do think that this is lovely because it has that same attribute of softness that many of these other fragrances on this list possess. This definitely has a softness to it. It has ylang. It's like a slightly tropical vanilla. And then dancing on top of it, you have the ylang. You have a little bit of coconut, just a hint of it. It's not overwhelming. There's mint in here. There is lychee. There's magnolia. There's bitter orange with that kind of dancing ylang on top. And then underneath is that really nice, smooth creaminess. And I just find that it definitely smells like a very nice golden scent, like the sunrise. So if you are cuddling with someone and watching the sunrise, this is the perfect scent. Maybe if you are watching the sunrise in Bali on your honeymoon, this is definitely the perfect scent to bring with you. A little tropical, a little shimmery, a little romantic and sweet and soft. It's just beautiful. All right, next up we have a favorite in my collection. This one is Orchidinnie from Van Cleef and Arpels. When I first received this fragrance, I was not super impressed because I thought it was going to be a lot more of a, you know, big and glorious scent, where this actually turns out to be a nice, gentle and glorious scent. So it's beautiful, but it has its own attributes to it. This is not going to be a beast mode fragrance, but it's not meant to be. And I do firmly believe that every gorgeous fragrance, for it to truly be, you know, a worth it fragrance, it doesn't have to have beast mode, longevity, projection, what have you. As long as what they are presenting to you is intentional, then I'm fine with it. If a company is going to send you or sell you a product that is, you know, performs weekly, and it's not really meant to perform weekly, whatever reason it is, they're not using quality products, whatever type of production they're using, whatever that is, if it wasn't intentional, then I'm not going to be happy with it, because it's not like it was an artistic choice. It's just kind of, you know, the company being lazy or not caring about what they're giving to the customer. But if a brand, a house, a perfumer is creating a perfume that is very soft and gentle, and it's meant to perform that way, and you know, that's really the aspect of the notes that it's trying to bring out, then I think it's totally worth it. So I'm kind of, you know, I kind of see where people are when they say every single fragrance that is super expensive better perform like insanely. But I'm also very much in the, you know, area or the realm of, if it's meant to be a quieter perfume, then that's what it's meant to be. That's what the artist was trying to portray in that situation. Like, intentional decisions are artistic, kind of being sloppy and just wanting the money and not giving a good product is a whole other ball game. So this is a scent that was meant to perform in a very soft, gentle, and intimate way. The violet, rose, and musk are, to me, very apparent right in the opening, as is the mandarin in here, as is the dark chocolate, as well as the vanilla. Overall, the scent eventually dries down to this beautiful, powdery kind of cloak of sweet vanilla that is almost a little bit, you know, like cocoa powder, that is also mixed in with some of those beautiful mandarins. So the mandarin in here is definitely quite a prominent note. The violet in the opening just kind of gives this a little bit more of a brightness to it, and almost a, you know, attribute of innocence in a way. And it's not necessarily an innocent goody perfume, but the musk and the violet do add this kind of purity to the perfume that I really do enjoy. Overall, you're going to get a beautiful vanilla scent with these highlighting features of dark chocolate as well as the mandarin in here, and that's really in the dry down at the end. There's a certain level of paperiness to this. I don't know how to explain it, but it has like a papery texture to the perfume. I don't know if I'm doing it justice by saying that, like as if you were to open up a really old book, but the really old book smells incredible and it smells like this. So not to say that it smells like papyrus or smells like actual paper. There's just a papery, powdery, you know, antique attic type of vibe to this. So anyways, this is a beautiful scent and really perfect for cuddling. All right, we have reached the last fragrance, and this one is La Vanilla Vanilla Coconut. When I first got this, I didn't like it because it was a lot more of the Play-Doh vanilla than I thought it was going to be, and the coconut wasn't for me. But over time, I've really come to start enjoying this, to the point that there's a little bit of a dent in this bottle from it. To me, it's a really nice doll's head vanilla. You know, when you get a doll, or when you used to, you know, get dolls in the past, they would have that kind of baby doll smell to them. That's kind of the vanilla in here, but eventually it actually ends up developing into a nicer, more round, more complete vanilla. And the coconut in here is actually something that I quite enjoy now. It's a nice, easy coconut. It's not one that is overly, you know, bitter or weird. It's not the kind that was in Bronze Goddess. I wouldn't say it really adds anything tropical to this. It just ends up kind of giving the vanilla an interesting twist. But I wouldn't say that this is necessarily tropical to me. If anything, it's a very cozy scent. I feel like this could be a really nice, super high quality Febreze scent. I know that Febreze has a lavender vanilla scent, so I think that this could be their vanilla coconut, and I think it would smell really nice. And you know, Febreze is like meant for cuddling. I have seen the commercials. They smell so good that people are like running up to you to like cuddle with you. And although I don't think that this is like a cuddling magnet and people are going to be, you know, running to you like The Walking Dead, or, you know, they're not running in The Walking Dead, they're walking, but, you know, they move pretty fast for zombies. Anyways, I don't think you're gonna have like a zombie apocalypse level of people coming towards you, but the person you are cuddling with, I think, would definitely enjoy this. It's a soft, sweet slightly powdery vanilla with the coconut, a little bit interesting, perfect for nuzzling, perfect for cuddling, and perfect for Netflix and chill for sure. All right, my loves, that is going to complete my top 10 cuddling fragrances. This is a tag by Anna Absolute. I'm literally tagging anyone and everyone who wants to do this tag, and I know that Anna would want the same, because I know we both want to see what you have to share when it comes to cuddling fragrances, because it is definitely a category that both Anna and I really love. So definitely feel free to go ahead and do this tag. This is such a fun tag, and I'm really happy that Anna tagged me in it. Again, if you are interested in checking out her channel, which I highly recommend, she is far better than anything that's going on over here on this channel. Her entire channel information, her Instagram, all of that is linked down below in the description box, so go ahead and check her out. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with me here today as we sit and chat about perfumes. I really hope you all are having a good one. And that's all I have for you guys.